Hi guys, Bria here, and today we're having another conversation. Today's video topic is about the ups and downs in life and learning how to balance emotions and expectations. So of course, if you like this type of content, give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, why? You want to follow with me on my journey? Subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I post new content. Let's get right into it. So I'll be honest guys, I'm a little peeved because I shot this video like 3 days ago. Like I shot this content or this topic like 3 days ago, and I shot it on my camera. Right now I'm using my phone again. But I shot this content on my camera, and for the past 3 days, I've been trying to get the footage exported off the camera onto my tablet so that I can edit it. And for the life of me, like every other image or video I was able to export, but I wasn't able to export this specific conversational. So basically I'm redoing it. This is me again. And I think it's kind of perfect because it goes right into this topic of like, stuff is not always gonna go your way. So like, how do you deal with the ups and downs in life? Let me get my phone set. So yeah, ups and downs in life, things aren't always gonna go your way. Sometimes you're gonna have to pivot. You're gonna have to be like, okay, I have to think of something else because that didn't quite work out. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And again, my camera example is perfect because I sat for 3 days trying to figure out what I want to do. Lo and behold, just to be like, you just need to reshoot the content on a different device. And for me, it's really annoying because, I mean, come on guys. Like, I paid a lot of money for this. And it's great. Actually, if you guys have seen my last vlog, the one where I went on a date in Thailand, that was basically all shot with my camera. But I realized today, I was like, girl, you shot all the B-roll on the camera. You didn't shoot any conversational, like speaking, verbal parts. All that was shot on my phone. So I realized, I'm like, maybe I really do need to upgrade my Apple iCloud storage. Like they've been telling me, and I'm like, no. Like I just don't want to keep giving them more money because I already pay them. But anywho, let's stay on topic with this video, y'all. Everything's not gonna go your way. How do you deal with ups and downs? So when I was younger, like honestly, I used to like throw a fit sometimes, like because I'm such like a person who is on top of everything, and I'm trying to make sure I do everything right and I have everything organized, that when something goes like haywire or something doesn't go the way that I want, I'm literally like glitching because I'm like, what did I do wrong, you know? So a lot of times it's hard for me to deal with those type of situations, but I've gotten a lot better since I've gotten older because I've learned to kind of like slow down a little bit and be like, okay, what is the lesson that we need to learn out of this situation? What are you going to take from it? And then on top of that, what are you going to do differently going forward so that we never have this issue? So again, using the camera situation as an example, I was like, what did I learn from this? I learned that right now, like maybe I don't have the capacity for the amount of content that I'm trying to pull from my camera, and especially at the high quality that it is, I may need to upgrade of my cloud storage. But for the time being, it will probably be easier for me to just shoot like these type of like conversational long form like video formats on my phone because it's a little less harsh on the quality in regards to how big the files are that are being imported onto my computer. So anywho, I want to hear from you guys about how do you deal like when stuff like goes haywire. Are you a good problem solver? Like I like to think I'm a good problem solver because I was an analyst for years and I still consider myself one. I haven't been not one for long enough, but I'm always like doing like problem solving, resolution, like figure out what needs to be done and get it done. Like that's the type of person I am. So yeah, let's talk about it in the comments. How do you deal with ups and downs? surprise issues that come up that you weren't expecting. Like, are you the type of person who shuts down? Do you typically need advice? Are you able to sit and kind of like figure things out? So I want to know. We're going to talk about it. But the next thing I wanted to tell you guys about, most of the time on social media, we really only see like a highlight reel of everyone's life. So I feel like we don't really get a clear understanding of the ups and downs in people's life. So I want to do better at showing not just the side of like, oh, everything's going great, I'm having a blast, I'm on a date, or I'm doing whatever. I want to show like those time periods where like I am just at my apartment chilling, I am just working, I am just editing content, I am just brainstorming, I am just possibly not having that great of a day, and be able to share all of those moments, because I do feel like for someone to be well-rounded, especially as a content creator, like I can't just show you every time I'm on the beach with my ass out, right? Like, because that's literally like a fraction of my life. Majority of people's lives are spent in an intimate setting, so I want to give that to you guys as well. But yeah, I wanted to just say, like, of course, dealing with social media, even with me watching me on YouTube, like, we know, like, this is not a 100% reflection of everything I go through in my life. And the way that I deal with things when I am down, I'm trying to be more optimistic when I'm down and be grateful and remember the times when I've been up, just knowing that, like, things aren't always going to be like this. Like, you might be down, but you're going to come back up at some point, and you just kind of want to be prepared so that you don't just get stuck in the down, you know, get stuck in a rut where you're like, I don't know how to pick myself back up, right? So yeah, don't be fooled by these social media highlight reels. Everyone in the world, even some of the richest, most famous, most unproblematic people that you can see or think of, have stuff. We all got our stuff, right? And if someone says that they don't have their stuff, then they're probably lying. But I also want to talk to the folks out there who are the type of people who are like, okay, when times are getting really good, I am scared. I'm scared that right around the corner is going to be something bad. So those people, like, trust me, I know you, I have been there. It's like when things are going so good, you're almost like looking over your shoulder, like waiting for something to happen, because you know, like, life is a roller coaster. It's gonna go up and down. So if you're up, you're like, man, I'm so high right now, like things are so great, and you're just like, oh no, what's about to happen? Like, we're about to go down. To those people out there, I want to tell you, you have to live in the moment when you are in your highs. You have to. I'm telling you, there's so many distractions and things that will try to pull you out of that moment. But when you get to the top, that peak, that climax, whatever you want to call it, of the roller coaster, you need to open your eyes. You need to put your hands up in the air. Like, you need to embrace that moment, because like I said, there's ups and downs. You might be going down next. So if you're the type of person who is terrified when things are going well because you're so frightened of what's the next thing that's going to go wrong, please try and live more in the moment. Please try and let go of that and get rid of that voice in your head, or try to avoid that voice in your head that's telling you, like, oh no, worry about what's coming up next. Worry. Like, don't worry. Be grateful. Be thankful in those moments. Be present in those moments, and you're going to feel so much better. And I think that leads into the times when you're down, because when you're down, you're going to be like, you know what? We've had amazing, wonderful moments that I've been so grateful for. We're going to push through this time period, and things are going to be bright again, because we remember and we're so grateful and appreciative of a time when things were bright, you know? There's a lot of people who, when they're low, they get real low. They're like, see, I should have never been happy when I was high, because I just knew I was going to be low, you know? And it's like, I also don't want people to go down that route, because you have to be appreciative and thankful in both times. You have to be like, I'm so grateful for the good times, and I'm also so thankful and grateful for the bad times, because we survived and made it out of those to get to a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't have gotten to those good times without going through some type of down in order to get back up. How do you get up unless you're down? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to learn to be grateful in both time periods, in your highs and in your lows. So again, in the comments, I want to hear what you guys think. Are you the type of person who in your highs you're really high and in your lows you're really low? Do you think you have a better balance where you're like, I have high highs and I have high lows? Or do you think you might be on the other end of the spectrum? It's kind of like, well, in my highs I'm kind of low, and in my lows I'm pretty low. And maybe that's something that we can work on, and we can talk about, and we can help each other. Because at the end of the day, I want all y'all to be high. I want all y'all to be high. Sorry, YouTube, don't strike my video. Last but not least, I wanted to speak about how I think life is a game. Like I said, it's like a roller coaster, but a roller coaster, you know, where do you find those? At amusement parks where they have games. So life is basically like a game. And if I had to compare it to anything, you guys, I would honestly compare it to Uno. Sorry, I gotta stand up. I don't like sitting for too long. I actually like standing up when I do these conversationals. I don't know, it just feels better and I feel like more clear-headed. But yeah, life is like a game of Uno. And correct me if I'm wrong. Yell at me in the comments if you want to and be like, I don't agree. But hear me out. Are we not all dealt a separate hand? And you don't know anyone else's hand completely. You may sneak and try and look, but you don't really know someone else's hand. And those hands change regularly throughout the game. And some are more fair than others. Some of us are dealt not such a great hand, and some of us are dealt really good hands, right? Uno. Then on top of that, you have to wait your turn. You have to wait your turn, and then you can be skipped. Someone can affect your hand by making you have to take more cards. They might switch the color up on you at the last minute when you thought you had it figured out. That's life. Like, I feel like this is literally what life is. Life is you're dealt some cards, you're dealt a hand. You're gonna have to deal with whatever you were dealt. You're gonna have to wait your turn, honey. And when it's your turn, you better be ready to make something shake, because you're gonna have to wait your turn again. So going back to those highlight reels, when it's somebody's turn, they shining, they doing their thing. You don't see what they doing over the next few players who they shining. They had to wait their turn. So we look at people and we see them shining and living great, you know, and we're like, damn, I'm not doing that right now. But it's like, it's not your turn. And then at the end of the day, the goal of the game is to, ironically, get out. One thing that we know for sure is that we're all gonna leave this place at some point in time. The goal of the game is not to collect as many cards as possible and have everyone's odds of winning or have everyone's cards they were dealt at the beginning. So it's kind of funny to me. Please talk to me in the comment section about this, because I talked to my best friend about this. I'm like, life is just like Uno. Come on, let's debate about it. But no, like, really, tell me what you think. If there's another game that you think life is more comparable to, or if you just think life is not a game at all, we can talk about that as well. But I do think that it helps me, back to the purpose of this video, it helps me deal with like the ups and downs in life. It helps me understand that, like, look, it's all a game. Sometimes you're gonna be balling, sometimes you're gonna be on the bench. Sometimes you're gonna be doing really good. Sometimes you're gonna be really just like blowing it, you know? And sometimes you're gonna be coasting. But at the end of the day, the point is to play. And if you're not playing, then either you're not with us or you're not really living. Let's talk about it, guys. How do you deal with the ups and downs in life? Comparing life to a game, does that help you in any way? Like, it helps me. And are you aware, I'm sure you are, that majority of what we see on social media is a highlight reel? And what, last but not least, are you scared of enjoying your highs because you're afraid of your next lows? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed and loved this video. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you so wish to. And if you are a nomad out there in the US or wherever you are, it doesn't really matter. Car life, van life, shed life, whatever it is, like, feel free to join my Discord family. A link is in the description of the channel. I will be back to the US, and when I come back, I'm gonna be all about my nomads, and of course about my birthday. My birthday will be in spring, so it's gonna be really fun and exciting, and I look forward to doing an event. So until the next video, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. If you got this far, let's chat in the comment section. You know I love to talk to you all, and love you. Peace.
screaming holla.